Speaking with MMA Mania, I'm here with Jorge Masvidal, who has another game bred bare knuckle event on November 10th. Game bred, how are you?
I'm fucking doing great, my brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm very happy to be talking with you again, man. Coming up on just about 2 months since Verdun versus JDS, I just wanted to know overall, how do you think that event went?
I think fucking phenomenal. Our best event to date. From the prelims on, the fights were evenly matched. Great fights. We had a lot of close fight of the night. We had a lot of knockouts as well, submissions. So as first, I like to be happy as like a fan. Like if I paid my fucking whatever the fuck this ticket cost me to get in there, I want to make sure that I have a good experience. And that's first how I look at it. I want to make sure that the fights were good, were competitive. There was a lot of action throughout the whole night, and that event delivered on so many aspects. The main event was a little bit, cliched and end how I wanted it to end, obviously. We wanted a lot more of the heat being thrown. But it happens, it's a fight world. Sometimes guys are fighting one way, trying to avoid this or that. JDS was very picky on his feet. He didn't want to get taken down, obviously, by Verdum, and Verdum got a big, huge cut early on that didn't let him probably open up as much as he would have wanted to on the feet. So definitely still a great fight. Not the type of main event that I wanted, but still a great fight.
Yeah, while that main event was a little bit, a little timid, I doubt this Alan
That's a
Belcher
good word.
versus Roy Nelson is
No,
going to be
no,
this good.
no.
How this fight come together and what are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts on it that we were talking to Alan Belcher for a while. He was talking to us about contracts, about deals and dates and stuff. And we're like, all right, this is perfect. We have JDS, this is Verdun. Roy Nelson's available and ready to go on this date. Alan Belcher just said, yeah, I could go on that date. It was like, wow, let's freaking do this. So then we did the JDS Verdun. Now we're doing the Alan Belcher, Roy Nelson, and in January we'll be back. These guys are studs. They're fighting Saturday in the gym on Wednesday, just getting right after it. So we've also been talking to Roy a lot this whole time since his first fight for us. And he stayed in great shape. So when my matchmakers and me were talking, we are like, hey, we have a possibility to put in this fight together. I couldn't think of a better one. Especially bare knuckle. Both of them have their stripes already in bare knuckle. Both of them have that grit that it takes to fight in bare knuckle. So I think honestly, from the bottom of my heart, this would be the best fight we've put forward together.
Is Belcher still with BKFC or is he kind of
No,
going back and forth?
no, no. Free agent. He's with us now.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's even better.
So,
Another fight on this card, Randy Costa versus Jason Knight. I think that's fucking straight violence.
great fighters.
What are your thoughts on that fight, man?
Oh my gosh, this fight's gonna be amazing. I mean, Jason Knight has a lot to do with the bare knuckle movement as well. It just makes sense, especially being in that area where we're privileged to have Jason. He comes to fight, he comes to compete. He's a hell of a fighter. Randy's freaking nothing but action. From the moment he steps in there, whether he's winning or losing, he's nothing but action. He's coming forward, providing freaking entertainment. I think this is like a lot of the people on my team. This is their actual fight night pick. I'm in between this and Roy Nelson, Alan Belcher. Joel Bauman as well versus Melender. This is a fight right here for the fucking fight fans. These guys are both young, up and coming killers. One of them is gonna have the belt at 185. This will be Bowman's, I'm gonna say, third time fighting for us, maybe even fourth. And this kid's a stud. Every fight I'm watching him improve so freaking much. He's genetically gifted in the department of speed. Like he just has that next level speed where he's letting these freaking heaters go. His base is wrestling, so it's not the easiest to take this guy down. He's a problem, and Melender's explosive. Great kicks, great knees, good fucking elbows, good size. I think this will be the best athlete that Joel's ever fought, currently to this date. So he's always been the guy across the cage that is in another planet of athleticism. He can make a mistake and he could recover from it so quick. He's such a much better athlete. This is the first time that he's going to be standing across another guy that's a great athlete as well, that if he makes a mistake, can freaking put him away. So this is the fight right here. This one, Randy, Alan Belcher, one of these three is going to be the fight of the night.
I mean, and on top of that, Hector Lombard's back.
The Lombard,
Chase Sherman returns to
Jay Sherman. I'm
for
telling you, this card is stacked.
dude. Trinaldo versus Sasha. Brandon Davis is back. Josh Weems is back. Like, it's fun all up and down the card. Like, I guess just how proud of are you on yourself and your team that you're able to just stack these cards?
Mainly for, hats off to my team. You know, I'm involved in every board meeting that we have and all the fight process selection, but my team does so freaking much. You know, from getting the guys medicals, you know, flights, everything we got to do, matching the guys up. I'm just sitting in there for the fun stuff. Oh, this guy's a good fighter. He's good at striking. Oh, I like this guy. He's a good striker. Let's match him up. You know, I'm there for the fun part, but I got to give a shout out to my team that allows me to be able to do this, that allows me to be on the road recruiting guys, being on the phone talking to people. They're doing all the behind the scenes stuff that nobody wants to do.
I mean, you better watch out, bro. I think the UFC might snatch up Dean O'Toole because that dude is a fucking fantastic matchmaker.
Nah, Dean chose me for life, man.
um, awesome. Well, there are a couple things I wanted to ask outside of your event, man. I I just wanted your thoughts on the horrific boxing we saw between Dylan Dennis, Logan Paul. I believe you tweeted out that it's a disgrace. Like, just how shitty was that?
It was just bad. It was bad on, I think, on both ends at the end. You know, I expected Dylan to do just exactly what he did. But then I expected Logan to like take him out, bro. He's not fighting, he's not boxing. You know, like take him out. You know, he can't leg lock you or nothing. Like go out there and put it on him because I think that Logan's considerably a better boxer by a lot of margins, like a lot of degrees better. You know, but I don't know, just like he just played it safe a little bit too much and carried this guy. You know, you should have took that guy out. You want to box, you want to make statements, take that fucking clown out, bro. Nobody wants to see that clown fucking walking out of the ring. You finally got him in there. Make sure he leaves in the fucking stretcher, you know. So boxing is about being in shape, about the sweet science, about knowing your angles, the math involved in boxing, and then top of everything, being a fucking dog. Just being a dog. Like, I'm not gonna take no for an answer. It doesn't matter if you hit me. I'm gonna keep coming. I'm gonna keep trying to finish you. These guys did none of the guys that you mentioned displayed that on that night. You know, I could get at the skill level because you guys haven't been boxing along and stuff like that. But the dog, the willingness, the being in shape and trying to take the other guy out, I didn't see that. So therefore, I can't call that boxing. I don't know what the fuck they're calling that, but that's not the boxing that I grew up watching.
Francis Ngannou obviously fights this weekend, and I know you're all for your fellow fighters getting paid, right? And so that's just one thing that I feel like everyone like it's a good story to see that Francis finally got his big paycheck. He's finally boxing. What are your thoughts on Francis leaving the UFC to go box?
I love it because I'm a big fan of individuality. You know, if you think you're not getting what you deserve, and you have the courage and the guts to fight against the machine and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna ride this contract out until I get what's mine. Hats off to you because it's not easy. It's not the road often chosen. I'm gonna tell you that 92% of the guys always do the same thing, just resign or resign way before the contract's up because it's how the game is and it's how it's set up, you know. So it's rare that somebody gets free like Ngannou.
And a couple of last quick hitters for you. Obviously, the UFC is getting into grappling, and I was just wondering, like, they were trying to set up GSP versus Nick Diaz in a grappling event. Since we never got you versus Nick Diaz, would you be down to grapple him?
I'm not like an offensive great grappler. You know, all my grappling, especially like the last 6, 7 years, was very honed in on stuffing your shot efficiently, either scoring a good position there or just bringing it back to my feet. So like grappling, though I can do it, I don't have like the most offensive tools. But where I do have a lot of offensive tools is boxing. So if I was to do like a straight single discipline, it'd be boxing, you know.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm hearing a whole lot. I mean, I think Johnny Eblen's probably one or two of the best middleweight in the world right now.
And right now, today he's the best middleweight.
Obviously, you're teammates with him, but how good is this guy?
He still hasn't shown it in a fight how good he is. I'm telling you, he has not shown it yet. And I know he just finished playing basketball with Liam's brother's head, but he has not freaking shown how good he is because these guys over at Bellator, they don't have that type of, and it's not to diss those guys, they don't have that type of athlete yet. They don't have that caliber of fighter yet. They need to bring him on to the UFC and let him loose on their top three. He will melt these guys. The wrestling pressure that he can put on these guys mixed with the heat that he can throw is next level. I'm telling you this because I've seen it firsthand in fights, in the gym, on his off days, on his tired days, on his fucking good days. This guy's special. I've been saying it for a long, long time. I just think he's a bad style for anybody because if they're a better striker than him, he can take him down and start to wear on him and then eventually start to strike with him. And if they're a phenomenal A1A type grappler, he has the level of defense and the ability to get taken down and get back up like nobody rides this guy in the gym, you know. If he gets taken down, it's rare, and then he's immediately back to his feet. So this creates a lot of problems for high level grapplers, high level strikers. He's my guy to win the belt 2024. And there's a lot of top prospects, but if you put him in there right now with Chimaev, he would break fucking Chimaev's jaw off clean. I'm saying it now because I don't want people saying later, oh, some bullshit. No, I'm saying it right now without that hype that fucking fool's got because he just beat 11-day notice 170-pounder Usman. Like, come on, bro. You're gonna give that guy hype for that? He was looking for a way out. He had a good first round. The other 2 rounds were shit, gas out of his mind at 185. You put him in there with a dog like Johnny will break this fucking guy, bro.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going to ask is like, do you feel if John Heblin signs with the UFC, he becomes champion?
Oh my gosh, Johnny Evans signs with you. There's always, being a champion is not easy. There's luck factors, there's split decisions, you could get cut, you could blow out your knee. There's a million things that can happen. All that being said, I think Johnny becomes a world champion.
Wow. And then, yeah, and then last two things. Obviously, you kind of talk about Chimaev. He went to a majority decision with Kamaru Usman. What do you think of his performance?
First one was good. He got into a good position. He went for it, gas, and then that's it. He didn't do anything but score some cheap takedowns where he did nothing with, Usman was obviously out of shape, and he got ridden out that first round. He had all the weight in his arms. He got tired, so obviously that snap, he lost it. But this guy's taking a fight in 10, 11 days notice, and now it's your turn to step up. Like, Usman's tired, try to get him out of there, Try to fucking really put yourself in some risk, but for the reward. And he just played it safe. He ran off. I think that Usman landed the better shots on the face, like did more damage as well, And he took that fight in 11 days notice. And funny story that right before he took that fight, it hasn't happened too often, but I saw Kamaru Usman out. It was the craziest stuff ever. I was walking into this establishment. I have my shades on, and somebody goes, Jorge Masvidal, what's up? And I go, man, that boy sounds fucking familiar. I turn around. This is at 4:30 in the fucking morning, bro. I turn around, this fucking Usman's ass, and he's got glasses too, and I can't, what the fuck? I look, I must have lost my fucking mind. I go like that, I lift him up, I go, Usman? And he go, what's up, Masvidal? I was like, this motherfucker, bro. And that was literally the day before he got the announcement for the fight. So I just want to say, if that guy has like 5-6 weeks to prepare for Chimaev, he takes him out, guaranteed. Like, he knocks his ass dead.
I like it, and obviously, people were saying like Chimaev stopped fighting because he broke his hand, but you've broken your hand in fights before. Like, is that like an excuse? Is it like a
I get it.
quantable thing?
I get it. You can't throw the hand, but you could throw the kick, you could throw the elbow, you could throw the knee, you could do a lot. When you take a guy down, you could try to not just lay on him, you try to just elbow him and submit him. But that guy always have an excuse, man. I feel he's one of those fighters, He retired before because he had fucking the flu. Now, he broke his hand. I think when he finally gets in there with somebody with a proper training camp at 8, which he hasn't fought nobody at 85. And I'm trying to diss Usman, but he's not a ranked 85 player. He's a great 170-pound fighter, but he's not ranked at 85. You put him in there with a lot of these guys, I think they'll fucking hurt him, bro.
Awesome. And then finally, two of your best buddies are finally fighting in December, Colby and Leon. Are you still, I asked you last time, you said you're still secretly kind of cheering for Leon to beat Colby?
No, not secretly. I say it everywhere. I want Leon to knock him dead, hit him with a baseball bat to the chin, leave him there fucking slumped out, Kobe dead, the headlines read.
Makes sense. Awesome. Jorge, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug anything, you want to plug your event, tell these people how they can watch it, when they can watch it. It's all you.
November 10th, Biloxi, Mississippi, Coast Coliseum. I bring you the greatest night of MMA combat with no gloves, the most anticipated heavyweight matchup with no gloves, bare knuckle, November 10th, live on my YouTube channel. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Don't fuck around. This is going to be a legendary card. This card we've been planning out for like 2 months, very detailed. Everybody that we have in here is a competitor, and a competitor with bare knuckles. Not everybody's meant to fight bare knuckles. All these guys that we have here on this card November 10th are here to fight and die trying for that victory. We pay these guys well, so they come in there and give it their all. It's also free on my YouTube, so there's no excuses why not to watch it. Last time we hit 1 million views in one night. I'm trying to break that this time. I need everybody to spread the word, get out there. We're trying to get like 5 million views that same night. Thank you.